Hi Libra, welcome to your August reading. And I'm going to tell you, like I told everyone else, we definitely have a very powerful month here in August. A lot of strong astrological events coming up. It's a little bit overwhelming, but these things need to happen in the universe. So I've done my best to write down some notes for your reading. And I've kind of separated it into the main major aspects that I think we should clarify today in your reading. And I'm not really sure. We're just going to go with the flow here like I usually do. And we're going to get the messages out for you. But we're going to start, just to make things easier and clear. I'm going to invoke the initial messages to be about this full moon lunar eclipse that we have. So I've kind of wrote things down from first to last occurrences. So one of the first major aspects we had happen in August is well, it hasn't happened yet, but the full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius is happening on the 7th, and that's your 5th house, Libra. Aquarius is 5 signs away from you. If you have to count so if you would count Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, that's 5 signs. And your 5th house naturally represents Leo energy, so that's interesting. In this case, it's Leo's opposite for you, Aquarius. The 5th house represents pleasure and fun, has a little bit to do with even attraction and soulmate, your heart. You just have to think of Leo's natural energy for the 5th house. So to start the reading off, we're just going to go ahead and build from that. We're going to ask for some messages and spiritual guidance from the universe in the tarot deck for that full moon for you, because that is the major thing coming up for you, Libra. Woo! So this is messages for Libra. We already have cards popping out for you. Messages for Libra. Clear messages for Libra. And you are an air sign, Libra. And this full moon is in a fixed air sign, so just the fact that you guys share an element, you and Aquarius, you will be affected. I mean, everyone's going to be affected by this eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse, making this full moon a super moon. Woo, super moon. Super moon. Libra. Okay, well, these cards fell, and these cards stayed up. And I want this to be very clear for you, Libra. So we're going to shuffle again, and trust me, I've had cards fly out before and they'll come out again. I believe in spirit that much that I have no doubt that if those cards were meant for you, they will show themselves in this reading. But I have a very clear feeling about what's on the table already. So is this enough? Is this enough information for Libra? Oh, I see the High Priestess. Whenever I see this on the bottom of my deck, because I read tarot often by myself. Like if I'm ever stressed out or anything like that, I'll just come in here to my little desk and pick up messages from spirits. And whenever I see the High Priestess, I just have like a personal relationship with that card, so it means that the flow is good. That was steady validation for me. So Libra, the first card that popped out for you is the Death card. So what this tells me immediately is that this full moon on the 7th is going to completely transform your life. The Death card is the ruling card for Scorpio. So some Libras may be with a Scorpio, however that energy may apply to you. You may be friends with a Scorpio, have Scorpio energy. You may be a Libra with a Scorpio moon, however this energy applies to you. But as far as the card goes, Libra, this is definitely a transformation. I mean, as soon as the card popped out, it was a popper, and it definitely wanted to come out to tell you that this is a complete transformation. And this is your 5th house. So what you consider fun and what you consider pleasure may be changing, Libra. Maybe you just don't find the same things funny anymore. Maybe you're a little bit more serious now in as far as what's causing you pleasure. And maybe if you haven't been having much pleasure or having much fun, if you're more stressed out, Libra. I know Libras have definitely been having a hard time heading in like July and August. That was very tough energy for Libra is what I'm trying to say. But it's a good thing that this card pops up as transformation, Libra, because if there's anything we know about death, it's that we all transform. And there's some sort of rebirth process. At least spiritual people believe that. So whatever's dying in your life, Libra, the full moon solar or lunar eclipse will definitely show you that. on the 7th, around the 7th. You know what they say about a full moon is that you can feel it 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after. Well, let me just tell you, this isn't just any regular full moon. This is happening in the South Node, which is where Aquarius is right now. And yeah, it'll definitely be activating the South Node, which is a symbol for what we should let go of and what we should learn from. So you could be letting go of some old pleasures, Libra. You could be letting go of some old fun times that you've had because of this transformation. We do have Virgo season coming up at the end of this month. And then you know what that means. Libra is right after that. So things are transitioning, Libra. I mean, your birthday is in the fall. So you know all about transformation. You're the sign right before Scorpio, you know? So you definitely understand, if anything, you understand more about transformations that are happening. I mean, that are going to happen, you know, because you're before Scorpio. So even on the zodiac wheel, Libra understands the transformations that take place after them. So in this case, it's very interesting that this will come up for that full moon. And it's a very, very fast energy, Libra, because the Eight of Wands popped out. I mean, did you see all those cards fly? And I know I didn't choose to pick the ones up from the floor. They're face down. And I feel very strong that this is for you, Libra. This is the Eight of Wands. And what I've learned about the Eight of Wands is that you could almost see these wands, you know, they're very fast energy. When I see this card, I know to apply a very quick moving change and fast energy, depending on what card is attached to. And in your case, it is attached to the transformation card. So we have something transforming very fast around the time of this moon. Air is a very fast element. So things will definitely be picking up for you, Libra. If there's anything you've been feeling stuck in, if there's anything you've been feeling like is over, you know, it's definitely transforming. And one thing I like to point out about this card is that we immediately see all the harshness of it. You know, we see the actual death in the card. We see a lot of sorrow and remorse. But the horse is white, you know, and death comes with an offering, this beautiful white rose, symbolizing the purity that takes place after a transformation. And we also see the sun rising up. This is a pretty cloudy card. It's very white. But, you know, the sun, which is ruled by Leo, is definitely blossoming and getting stronger and stronger as we speak. And it very much is. It's very, very fast. But what I was saying about this card, Libra, is that it's almost like you could attach an archer to each one of these. If these were arrows, we would definitely understand. But I heard someone mention this tarot card, like it's as if 8 archers have launched a different arrow in the same direction. So this is like everything going in one direction as well. So there's a lot of energy going in one direction, and in this case, in your reading, it's definitely coming from that transformation, because I'm not sure if you can see that, but the arrows are actually coming from, it's like the death himself is shooting them. It's coming from this transformation. Even down here it looks that way. It's coming from the transformation. And then the third card you have is the Two of Wands. So we went from the Eight of Wands to the Two of Wands. And this card has a lot to do with very accurately holding the world in your hands. So around this full moon, Libra, you may need to spend some time reflecting. And you see how this man is alone. And here's another wand energy. Wand energy is creative energy. It's creative decision making and a creative act of will, because, you know, Harry Potter, wands are very powerful things, and it depends on the wizard. But here you are, Libra, holding this wand in your hand, and in the other hand you're holding the world. And we have these flowers again, you know, symbolizing that purity of growth that you will be doing, Libra. This man is on top of a balcony. You can tell from the background of the card that he is very high, elevated up. So that could be metaphorical for you, Libra, that you're very elevated right now as an air sign. And with all this energy happening in Aquarius, with this air, you know, you and Gemini, the other air signs, will definitely be feeling it as well. So this is about getting to a higher place in life, and you see how he can see everything below him. And there's just something about that. There's just something about being high up. You know, it just gives you the sensation like you can actually depart from the things that are, you know, below you. You can actually separate yourself from what's below you. And that might be people in your life, Libra. That might be, certain situations, people, places, and things, you know, that you have felt for a very long time that you need to ascend beyond. You know, this man has climbed very high, and he's just reflecting about the world in a different perspective. Like, we all seem small to the world, you know? So it's about finally seeing yourself bigger than what you were seeing yourself. Maybe there are some people treating you kind of small, Libra, but you're not going to feel that way once you take the time for yourself to reflect and separate and isolate yourself from the things that are making you feel like this. I feel a very overwhelmed feeling because there has to be a reason why this transformation is coming in so fast. I get the feeling that it may have been delayed a few times before, and this is going to be one of those times where it's not as easily delayed. And I actually see you comfortably walking away from a few things, Libra. It's just this energy, it tells me that you've evolved and you're very different now. You're able and willing to stand above and reflect on the things in your life. And I love how he's holding this wand. You know, it just shows that he's accepted his power and he's accepted the decisions that he has to make. And you are about balance, Libra. So this is the Two of Wands, you know. It seems very balanced to me. The world is very balanced in his hand. So yeah, it's pretty clear that that full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius on the 7th is going to very, very, very much so bring in some transformation for you, Libra. Don't be too afraid of that Death card. It literally means transformation. And that is quite interesting. And I will not forget to mention, oh wow, that is so weird. Okay, let's just slow this down. The bottom of the deck was the High Priestess, right? And I like to mention what's on the bottom of the deck because it's kind of a hidden message. In Libra, I'm getting this feeling of you walking in between two pillars. and it's so weird, you know, so you see these two pillars here. And in the High Priestess card, she's a very intuitive person, okay? Very, very, very intuitive. I love the High Priestess, my favorite card. I personalize with this card. She is so beautiful. She's known as the angel of the universe. She just knows things. She's behind the veil that covers up the truth of our universe. There's always that veil that we can lift up and see beyond into the subconscious and into spirituality. And the two pillars, the black and white, you can see, they symbolize light and dark of the universe. So she's right in the middle, so pure and so balanced, and she just knows. So this is a great knowing, Libra. And since it's on the bottom of the deck, it just makes me feel like it's coming directly after this energy, right? Like, amazing things happen when we reflect and when we allow ourselves to be isolated in our own solitude. This man is alone. And I don't mean like just going into a room in your house alone. I mean really, really, really detaching from the world as we know it and being able to hold it confidently in your hand like this. I mean, the things that you will realize, Libra, the things that you'll be able to release, I mean, it's just so, so profound. And I had this feeling when I showed you the sun about those two pillars back there, and it like this is kind of an awakening moment for me too, because this really reminded me of the two pillars in the moon card, right? Because the moon card is the ruling card for Pisces, so I definitely take that card very personal. And in the Pisces card, there are also these two pillars, and I remember reading about the Pisces card and what those two pillars meant. And it just so happens that the Pisces card was right under the High Priestess card. And it literally, I don't know if it caught it on camera, but it really shocked me because I had seen that in my head before. So it's amazing. It's just amazing. And you see these two pillars again. So let's show this together. We have this theme, okay? It's kind of hard to see in the Death card, but these two pillars back here look pretty similar to those two pillars when you say. And then there's a path between them here. And here there's a river flowing between them. So it's almost like it's a transformation, a little bit about your emotions, Libra. Even though you are an intellectual sign, you may be learning about your emotions, because to see a river flow between the pillars at first, and then we have actually you between these two pillars. And then we have the two pillars of the Pisces card. And back to what the Pisces card is about. The Pisces card is about subconscious, you know, and in this whole lunar eclipse in your 5th house, definitely this moon here, you see how this is an eclipse? You know, so when I have been getting this card for people in the month of August, I know for sure to apply this not only to a Pisces subconscious dreamy energy, but also to the eclipse, because we see the sun and the moon in this card, and it's literally the moon. So there's this walk of life, Libra, that you've been focusing on, this walk of life. And I get the feeling that you've been kind of in between these things that are side by side. In all of these cards, I just see a side by sideness. Like even in this card, he's in between these two decisions. But at least in this card, he doesn't need to make a decision. He's actually reflecting, right? So there may be a quickness coming, encouraging you to make a decision, but after this transformation. This transformation is what all this is going to stem from. But again, the two pillars, I just can't stop feeling like you, Libra. Like I feel your energy, and the cards are just showing me that it's almost like a blocked in feeling. So for some of you Libras out there, you may have been feeling kind of boxed in by the light and dark, right? Maybe boxed in. And as far as the death card, you could be feeling boxed in about this transformation, about the light and the dark. Oh my word, these are those pillars. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, Libra, but these pillars even have, I don't think it's going to work, but it even has a B and a J on it. So if you can't see it, you guys, you should really look up the death card if you have your own tarot decks and get a good look, because I can see slightly ever illustrated that is the B and the J pillar, the same pillar that this high priestess has, the same pillars that are on the moon card. And that's a foundation for me. Like that is a discovery for me. And that is so weird, Libra, that your energy would bring this in. And it's for you. It may be a realization for me, but I'm just the messenger. This is for you. You are definitely in between the light and dark, which is a realm in itself. That's a whole realm, Libra. And of course, you're a Libra. You guys balance the light and dark of things. So you understand that world, and that's so mind-blowing. Like Gemini, they are the light and dark twins, and they're dual. Yes, Libra, you're a dual sign. Gemini is a dual sign, and Aquarius isn't a dual sign, but they are represented by air and water. So interesting that this eclipse could be bringing the action and bringing the attention to your emotions, Libra. So one of those pillars, one of those paths, one of the things that are confusing you may be that path of emotion. It might be a path, what I just heard is that it's a path between your emotional decision and a personal decision. And I have no idea, as a Pisces, you know, my personal and emotional decisions are often the same. But for you, Libra, it could be very different because you're a cardinal air sign. So everything about you, it by the universe's law, has to be stemmed off of action, like Aries and Capricorn and Cancer, the other cardinal signs. But for you, Libra, it's really about your subconscious, you know? And it might be applying that action of the cardinal power that you have to the things that your subconscious has been showing you. So aside from this being a Pisces energy, this is a very underwater subconscious illusion dream feeling. So if you have these feelings, Libra, if you have this feeling that you just can't shake, that does not make logical sense. It'll only make logical sense if you're talking to a Pisces. If you talk to a Pisces about what you've been feeling, you will feel sane. But if you talk to anyone else, I mean, if you try to share this energy with anyone else, you'll just look crazy, which may be why there's emphasis being put on you transforming from this. There's a lot of energies going on here. There's a lot of feelings and a lot of energies. This is what's transforming for you. And then you're very singled out now, Libra. So being alone is very, very encouraged in this reading, you know, because the high priestess is always alone. She understands solitude. Like, she's the high priestess for a reason. So this energy is also showing up for you, Libra. And I want to mention the Temperance card underneath the high priestess. And I don't usually go that far into the bottom of the deck, but the messages are too profound. The high priestess, the Temperance card is a Sagittarius card. It is a fire card, which is why that fire triangle is on her chest. Well, if some of you Libras know a Sagittarius, or if you have Sagittarius energy, this is coming up for you. But what I'm most heated to say is the temperament act that she's doing. This is just a balance card. Libra, there is balance coming in for you, you know, and there's that sun creeping up. It also looks like a crown. So Temperance is showing you the balance between, and this is a very archangel feel. Sag gives me that archangel feel, especially with the red wings of passion. You know, this lady, she definitely understands, you know. And if I had the Aquarius card, I would show you that Sag and Aquarius have this about their feet in common. You see how the lady's foot is in the water, but it's also on the rocks? Well, that's just coming to show you the importance of balance, you know, and I'm sure you know what that means, Libra. Interesting that I talked about your emotions, because water in the tarot signifies emotions. So you're trying to be grounded, Libra, but you've got one foot. You've got one foot in the water, you know, you've been testing the waters out, and this has made you a more emotional person. And that's okay, Libra, because finding these new emotions is going to be a part of what you reflect on and what you realize about where you're going. What I feel is that this is going somewhere. All these energies mean something. That's why a lot of them were at the bottom of your deck, because they're very hidden in the subconscious. You know, I had to dig deep for this reading, and it's just begun. So let's move on. That was very deep, Libra, around that Aquarius lunar eclipse in your 5th house. So a lot of that was happening to give you pleasure in the future. There's a lot of celebration waiting for you. After you sort through what those energies meant for you, Libra, in the near future, there is a celebration I feel for you. Probably because your birthdays are going to be coming up. You know, it is around that time after Virgo season. So you're going to be, you know, you have to go through these. You have like one more zodiac season before the light's on you, before the spotlight's on you, Libra. Everything's going to be about your energy. So there is some preparation that needs to take place. And here's the Aquarius card. Speak of the devil. Well, I might as well show you her feet. You see how one of her feet are in the water and one of them are on the land? She's also pouring water, which ultimately winds up in this, you know. So Aquarius understands the multitasking of things. They're very dualistic energy as well. What I wanted to show you was the 8 of Cups that I kept seeing, which is a subconscious realm. So there's a very subconscious energy here for you, Libra, that this Pisces is able to pick up on. A lot of this is going to happen in your mind. A lot of this is going to happen in a different realm, but that doesn't mean that it isn't real. It's actually more real. So, Libra, that was very intense. I hope that's pretty cool for you guys. Eclipses, I'm excited. So, we have a Mercury retrograde, though, Libra, happening in your 12th house. More subconscious energy, because Virgo is your 12th house, and Mercury retrograde is happening in Virgo. But at the end of the month, it's going to be in Leo, still retrograde. So that's a little bit about your 11th house, Libra. So you have some subconscious energy. Mercury retrograde is the planet of our communication. So, yeah, we have some things going on with the area of communication for you, Libra, the Mercury and everything like that, but it's more of a how you communicate with your subconscious energies, because it's very, very related to that 12th house, Virgo. And at the end of the month, after there's great stress put on you and your subconscious, after that there may be a little attention focused on the people around you, your community, where you live, where you work, groups of people you associate yourself with, because that's the 11th house. That's what Aquarius rules. So you have this 5th and 11th house energy, and you have this 12th house energy a little bit. So for Mercury retrograde, I definitely got the 4 of Swords for you guys. So hello, Libra, you need to rest. Have you been sick? Have you been hurt? Have you been feeling energyless? Because this card shows up for people who are so energyless. I mean, it's showing you a golden opportunity. The universe is showing you how golden it would be for you during this time to take a rest. So Mercury retrograde is happening on the 12th in your 12th house. 12, you know, very spiritual. So this man is as above, so below. I really like to point that out about this card, because he knows of the things that he's posted on the wall. But what lies beneath is a whole nother decision that he has to make. And he probably isn't going to understand that until he gets rest. Humans just aren't the same. And I say humans lightly. People, whatever we are, we're just not the same. You know, I know that I can be a different person, completely different person, if I don't get rest. In Libra, you're more of a goer because you're a cardinal sign. So you might not get as much rest as you think, but your body does not lie to you. If your body's telling you that you need to rest, you definitely do, Libra. So don't be afraid. This is me telling you. If someone comes at you like, why are you being so lazy? Oh, well, I got the Four of Swords for Mercury retrograde, so I just been chilling. They probably won't know what you mean, but you'll know what you mean. So I'm definitely seeing some rest here. And then I also have the Eight of Swords. So we have a 4 energy and an 8 of Swords. So it's like, if this doubles, this is the 4 of Swords. 4 plus 4 is 8, right? So if this energy is doubled, you could often feel like this, which is a very trapping feeling. And what I feel, Libra, is that you actually need rest because of this energy. You know, this is the 8 of Swords. And if you would just take away 4 of those swords, you would probably understand the fact that you just need some rest. What I feel in this case, probably because there's a lot of definitely a lot of subconscious energy. This is happening in your mind, Libra. Mental decisions, the swords, you know, swords and tarot represent decisions that we have to make, often hard, pointy decisions. So there are decisions in your mind, probably 8 different decisions in your mind that have left you very trapped and feeling like in jail. Like if we focus too much on the hard decisions we've had to make, they can, you know, form around us and kind of entrap us. This person is disregarding their emotions towards things because she's like on her tiptoes, not touching the water. And it's, you know, she's doing that on purpose. And it's almost as if she tied her own self up because she can definitely get away from this. This is not jail, you know, there's not even swords behind her. So if she would just turn around, you know, and maybe put her feet in her emotions and get out, like the way out here is her emotions. It's the water, you know, and you have a lot of subconscious energy, Libra. So as far as all these hard decisions that some of you may have to make, all you need is a little bit of rest, you know, to release some of that. This is a church. This is a very purified feeling. This is somewhere sacred that this man has taken some time to lay. And I don't mean just like a 10-minute nap, you know. Like, honestly, this is like as much time as you need to relax, you know. And you definitely deserve that, Libra. You're very hard workers. You're always working towards balance and kind of playing both sides of any confrontation you find yourself in. And that can get exhausting. Pisces is kind of like that too. Okay, and we have 3 messages here from the dark. And I say that because they're face down. So the first message is the Lovers. What about the Lovers? The Two of Pentacles. And the work that you do. Okay, these cards have been coming up for a few people, Libra, and this may be because your ruling planet Venus has entered Cancer. That might be, Libra. That might be why you're feeling a little bit more emotional and why a lot of emotional cards are showing up for you. Why there's a lot of emotional avoidance going on. In some areas, there are Libras avoiding their emotion. And in other Libras, there are Libras learning about their emotion and actually embracing it. Or since you guys are Libras, you guys could all be doing both things at the same time. So there's some type of middleman that needs to be met here. Probably through this 4 of Swords relaxation card. But you definitely need to meet in the middle about some things. But back to this twin flame energy. This was hidden in the dark for you, Libra. So, and with it being attached to the 3 of Pentacles, with all this 2, the Lovers is 2. The 2 of Pentacles is about balancing your emotions. See the ups and downs of the waves back there? But how the ships are still sailing very nicely. So this is about someone who is dancing to the stresses of life, dancing to the ups and downs, even though it's very crazy. He does have a very worried look, but he's surrounded by infinity. But I know that this card also means twin flame, and for this to be attached to the Lovers card, very, very, very interesting, Libra. But what I'm hearing, the reason why, you know, the shadows wanted to tell you this is because there's some work that needs to be done with the twin flame relationships that you are in, Libra. And since this changed, we have the 2 of Pentacles and then we have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so there might be some work that you need to do when it comes to balance, because these 3 cards came out together. It was the Lovers, the 2 of Pentacles, and then the 3 of Pentacles. So yes, there's definitely some work that needs to be done, Libra, about this, because the Lovers card is a Gemini card. Interesting that we mentioned that before. This is an air card, and I'll show you a little bit better. It might look a little bit better if I show you like this, even though it's, you know, or backwards. But yeah, Libra, this is the Gemini card showing it to you. This is definitely making me feel like it's about that ruling planet of yours. Venus entered Cancer. It's already there. So with Venus entering Cancer, it's definitely going to bring the emotions to your relationships. And we've seen a lot of that before this, Libra. But this is the messages for you about this card. This is balance between masculine and feminine. You know, that's Gemini for you. It's a very air energy, but we can't ignore that beautiful angel. So there might be angels coming to you this month, Libra, to kind of add more balance to your twin flame. There may be a twin flame coming in for you. These cards, holy cow. This is a very, very, very strong message that the light is going to be sending you a twin flame. And it's just so balanced. This is a person who's going to be very balanced with you. And, you know, this could be people who are already in relationships. But for this to come up with the Three of Pentacles, it's kind of like there's a plan being written. I know with the Three of Pentacles that there's a plan. And this man is actually working for these people. And it's about being acknowledged for the work that you do also. So Libra, are you or are you not being acknowledged for the work that you do in your relationships? Because if you're not feeling like, you're already stressed out, okay? The Two of Pentacles, he's already stressed out. And he's already trying to balance everything and tiptoe everything. And Libra, this feels like your energy. It feels like you've been trying to balance things and possibly with your lovers. This is the Lovers card. So, you know, maybe you're trying to balance things. There's three people in this card. You know, a heavenly figure, a masculine figure, and a feminine figure. So some of you Libras may be in a triangle relationship. You know, this could be like a polyamorous relationship, or it could just be a third party, you know, maybe some cheating going on or something like that, which would definitely make sense coming up for the work. Okay, so if there's two or more people involved in your love affairs, Libra, then there's definitely some balance that needs to take place. And if that's true, no wonder you need some rest, okay? But at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Sun card and I have the World card right under that, Libra. So there is good luck and there is balance coming, but there is going to be a lot of pain and a lot of darkness that you have to shift through before then. And I know, Libra, it's not going to be that hard for you. You can always hit up Pisces Priestess, who loves Libras. Very interesting people, very peacemaking, balanced people. So we talked about, you know, I feel like the card spoke to you a little bit about Venus moving in to Cancer. I definitely feel like we got the messages across for the lunar eclipse, but what I want to do is get a little bit more information about the total solar eclipse in your 11th house. On the 21st, there's going to be a total solar eclipse in Leo, which is your 11th house. So that is interesting. And also I want to add that your ruling planet Venus is going to enter Leo on the 26th. So that might be interesting with the North Node being in Leo. So definitely mark your calendars for Venus moving in to, whoa, Aquarius is definitely showing itself to you guys. The Star card, follow your intuition. So yeah, let's go ahead and, before the reading is ending, I just want to end with, because we only had about 30 minutes, 35 minutes this time. Okay, Spirit. What about this solar eclipse happening in Leo? Any final messages for Libra happening on the 21st of August? Are there any messages I forgot to mention to Libra that you would like to get out? I see the Cancer card and the Virgo card. So whatever that might mean for some of you. The Virgo card, the 12th house, the Cancer, the cardinal emotions, the Lovers card again. All right, well, that one just popped out. And I think that's it, Libra. At the bottom of the deck, we do have a wish coming true for you. So in the near future, don't worry. You're going to be content. That's a very beautiful card to have at the bottom. But we have two very interesting cards summing up this energy for you, Libra. And then I'm going to let you guys get back to the balancing act. But we have the Wheel of Fortune, Libra. We had the World and the Wheel of Fortune come up for you. So this eclipse is, oh my God, these eclipses are completely transforming. Like, they're going to transform our lives. Right now, it's just best for us to, like, you know how life usually feels like we're like writing the book or reading the book? Well, it's completely shifted to like a third point party view. It's kind of like we're just in the corner watching our lives happen. At least that's how I've been feeling. But Libra, we have this Wheel of Fortune for you. This is good luck. This is harmony. This is dreams and wishes coming true. But what this really is, this came out for this eclipse, this Leo eclipse on the 21st. the wheel of karma will be shifting for you, especially if you guys have Leo in your charts. If any of you have Leo moons, Leo risings, Leo energy, you will be affected by this Leo eclipse. Aquarius and Leo are the north and south node right now. And it's no surprise that on this card we have all of the fixed signs in each corner. Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo, the lion, the bull. So we have all the fixed energies, which is just a symbol of, fixed signs symbolize stability and kind of like a little bit of balance, but it's very fixed and stable is what I wanted to say. So we definitely want the Wheel of Fortune to be a fixed and stable thing, right? Because you see this fox, he's just slyly changing it. And in here we see all the elements of Aquarius, all the fixed signs. So Libra, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely shifting for you. I mean, there's not really much more I can say about that. It's very straight to the point. These eclipses are going to change your life. And it's specifically going to change this energy. This card popped out again, the Eight of Swords. And I feel like that energy is what's going to be shifting for you. For these cards to pop out again. So Libra, I really wouldn't worry. This is just spirit showing you that the energies are viewable and that there are your spirit guides around you, surrounding you, and they, your pain doesn't go unnoticed, and you will have a lot of celebration in the future, Libra. I felt this for you. You have a lot of sunshiny cards hidden in your subconscious. So this is in your subconscious as well. You may need to think more about what it is that you want out of life, because life is not the same that it was for you, Libra. Your whole life is different. You're a different person. So please allow that to sink in, Libra. And I would definitely spend some time meditating around that subconscious energy around the 7th and the 21st with all these eclipses happening. I would definitely try to get out and see the moon, because it is happening and it is on for you, Libra. And you just happen to be the pharaoh at the top of the wheel with the sword. So that is amazing, Libra. You can apply that energy to any sword energy. And there's definitely some harmony coming in. And I love hearing that for Libra, because you guys are the balance of the universe. And without you, things would be a little bit more crazy than what they already are. So it's been great talking to you, Libra. I was very excited to do your reading, and I'm happy these messages came out for you. If you have any additional questions, or if you have any want or need for extra guidance, feel free to hit me up. I'm Braylon Janae Caldwell on Facebook, and on Twitter and Instagram, I'm Pisces Priestess, like on YouTube. And, I haven't got to the point in my journey where I have a business or where I charge for readings. I don't think I'll ever be the type of person to charge a lot for my readings, because I just do this because I'm called to, and I just do this because I'm passionate about it. So if you guys need any extra guidance or anything like that, feel free to hit me up or post a comment below. I would be more than happy to pull some more cards for you guys. And all right, it's August and things are going. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful month of August. And I think I'm going to be back in September when it's Virgo season, and when things will just be a little bit different. The angels will be coming out. And you are an archangel, Libra. So keep that in mind. And I'll talk to you guys soon.